Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us in this broadcast of Calvert Hall Lacrosse. Sorry for the late start, as we find ourselves with 4:45 left to go here in the first. Calvert Hall up 3-0. We've had some technical difficulties that we've just situated out. Thanks for joining us. I'm joined in the booth by Junior Brady Organ on the call today.
Thanks, Mr. Clark. Good game today between Severn and Calvert Hall. Early start. And as we're just about 8 minutes into this game, Calvert Hall's gotten off to a pretty early start as well.
Yeah, they've won the 3 keys to the game that we've talked about all season. Face-offs, 50-50 balls. It's going to be over and back. It's going to be white ball, offsides. It's going to go over to the Hall, and we're looking for a quick restart. They get it. They got 4-on-4, and to no avail. Jacob will pull it out behind with Sawyer, who's looking to get it back to Herbert to start the offense.
So far in this game, Daniel Kelly with a hat trick.
Yeah, 3 early goals, coming on 3 great assists, 2 from Greeny, all from all 3 from different guys, Kronberger, Greeny, and his brother Jacob. Calvert Hall offense has been stagnant of late. 3 losses on the season. Obviously the home opener to Hill Academy. But the defense has remained Calvert Hall's strong point of the season. But they've gotten off to a fast start today. Herbert tries to get it to the middle. Goes all the way through. Greeny has it, looks to get to the middle. Gets down.
Oh my goodness.
Don't know how that went in. Might have been Calvert Hall goal. Might have been an own goal. Might have been something scraped in. We're going to credit it to Greeny, who just shoveled it in on the ground underneath the goalkeeper's stick, and it's 4-0 with 3:15 left to go here in quarter number 1. With 3:15 left to go in quarter number 1. Calvert Hall goal is scored by number 22, Zach Greeny. His first.
While the offense is certainly showing some signs of success early on defense, Galia had a nice diving save with the empty net. The Severn goalie, I believe, chucked it from the other side of the field. Liam Dollar was out of net, and Garrett recovered and dove in front of the ball, stopped it.
Calvert Hall does real well on the clear after a saved shot. Make it real hard. Severn clearly has done their homework. Saw the keeper was out of the net, but Garrett Sangalia, like you said, Brady, dove in front of it to save an early goal, which would have cut the deficit 2-1. Instead, Calvert Hall went back on offense and now finds himself up 4-0. Seems like the midfield lines are clicking today. Coach Kelly has been looking for a second midfield line, that his first and second midfield line that has worked together. So far today, seems to be working just fine. It's turned over to Severn. We'll bring it upfield. It's Henry Rentz. It's in the hands of Gavin Johnson. Looks like Peter Alardo is going to check in for the Hall on offense for Daniel Kelly. Pete, again, coming off that ACL injury. He's had himself a pretty decent senior campaign. Jared Sangalia on the ball. Pick comes. Right-handed shot is saved by Liam Dara, his 4th of the day. Calvert Hall's looking for a transition goal. Gets it back up top. Nice ball movement here. And Sawyer just wide. But it's backed up by Alardo, and it'll be white on the restart. 1:25 left to go here in the first. So it's Herbert, Mitchell, and Greeny, joined by Jacob Kelly, Alardo, and Jack Sawyer. And Coach Kelly will be content to take this all the way down. Try to get a 5th goal to go up 5-0 in this first period. see if Calvert Hall can elude the stall warning. Cole goes towards the cage, swings it around. It's in the hand of Sawyer. Sawyer looks to penetrate the middle, has to give it up to Mitchell, who's up top. Mitchell gets down, and it's saved by the Severn keeper. Tried to go high-low, and it's 30 seconds remain. The stall warning won't come to end the first. It's in the hands of Zach Greeny, who goes left. He draws the slide. Coach Kelly screaming to get the ball moving. And it's in the hands of Herbert. Herbert gets it to Alardo right in the middle of the field, who can't keep it. It's in the hands of the Severn player with 8 seconds to go. They got an opportunity to score here. They're going to have one, and they're going to put it in. And what a shot from Dylan Greger. And a big turnaround. Calvert Hall, 2-shot swing there. Had one on the doorstep on one end, gave one up at the other. And with 2 seconds remain, Calvert Hall leads now 4-1.
Definitely not a goal that you want to allow. I mean, you never want to allow a goal, but this one definitely hurts, you know. 2 seconds away from safety of a quarter, and just a mental lapse. The midfield was nowhere to be found.
Absolutely, and I looked like they just stopped playing, almost like the quarter was going to expire. The long pole got it up quick into Greger's hands. He was 1 on 3, puts it in, and that'll do it for the first quarter. And Calvert Hall leads 4-1, but Coach Kelly cannot be pleased with giving up that late goal, as you said, Brady.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of quarter number 1 with your score. Calvert Hall 4, Severn 1.
So Calvert Hall returning to home action today after being on the road for quite some time. Haven't had a home game since spring break, early April. It's been almost 24 days since their last home game. But they're coming home for a couple in the next 6. They'll have Loyola to close their season on senior night. But they find themselves in 3rd place in the MIAA standings as of now. And they can't really lose any longer. They've got to lock up one of these first 3 seeds as they head in trying to defend their title at the MIAA. And injury has been something that has plagued them all season. Jack Connolly going down in the last game with I believe, collarbone injury. So it's plagued them all year. Connor Marr, Alardo, Mitchells. And so they have Jake Snyder. So they're looking to hopefully get healthy at the right time and head into the postseason with their core strength of guys. 4-1, we're going to step away for about 20 seconds. We'll be right back. Broadcast. Start of the second quarter, 12 minutes on the clock, and we are at the face-off X where we find Chris Catoni. He's 2 of 4 today, as Ham McPartland took the first one of the day, and he wins yet another. Gets to Trey, tries to get it quickly to Daniel Kelly, to no avail. And that's something I think Calvert Hall's been preaching. Coach Kelly in the locker room, why go and force it? We can trust our offense to get the ball moving. Scored 4 easy goals in the first period, and then 2 giveaways, and we'll see if the second giveaway leads to a Severn goal.
Yeah, a little bit reminiscent of the Hill Academy. They came out of the first quarter maybe up 3-0, I think.
Absolutely.
Somewhere around that.
Severn tries to force it into the middle, see if he want to come up with this 50-50 ball. Connor Marr in there with Trey Smith. It's going to come to the stick of George Walsh, senior. He'll take it all the way to the other side of the field. It's like a freight train running downhill. He gets a well-deserved applause from the Calvert Hall faithful. And he gets to the stick of Connor Marr, who gets it in to the hands of Grant Mitchell, who touches it into the zone. And he's looking to go. Oh, that's got to be a penalty. I don't know how that isn't a flag. He hit him in the absolute neck area. And that's absolutely terrible that both officials missed that. Thank God Cole Herbert is up underneath his own power.
Knowing Cole, he might be back on the field looking for a little return.
Absolutely something that Cole Herbert has had to deal with, poise. But I got to be honest, taking a hit like that and not getting a call, I'm not sure one of his teammates might do that first. Anyway, in the stick of the Severn keeper, it came, and the restart is red. 10:30 to go here in the second. Severn will go back on their second offensive possession of the quarter. Clear offsides. This referee crew not on the same page, as that had to be screened by fans, coaches. Ooh. Calvert Hall faithful not loving this officiating crew early. But Cole Herbert, happy to see him back on the field. He's paired with Greeny and Mitchell, both Kelly brothers and Jack Sawyer. Jacob tries to get inside. Gets it to Herbert. That would have been some revenge. The right way, scoring a goal. Backed up by Sawyer. And the restart is White behind the cage. Greeny brings it in the hands of Mitchell at the top of the key. Stick check is dispossessed, but he regains possession and gets it to Herbert. Greeny looks to dodge. He takes a slide.
Oh, that might have went in.
Daniel Kelly is looking for a fourth goal. Nonetheless, Severn going in transition. Great dodge there, and that's going to be a goal on the doorstep for Severn's number 14. Dylan Gregor, his second. That was on the transition from Zach Kinsella.
That was so fast. I mean,
With 9:26.
almost a carbon copy of the last goal that they scored. And we're about 15 minutes into this game, and I'm starting to notice a theme that this transition play, it's going to be a problem.
Well, it was something in the scouting report. Coach Kelly talked about it in the locker room before the game. They like to run. Severn likes to run the transition. And they did it to get the two goals that they have, but they've come off of Calvert Hall's missed shots and Calvert Hall's turnovers. So, with 9:26, Severn has cut the deficit to 2. And it's back to the face-off X with Chris Catoni, who loses it to Jacob Jaros.
Oh.
Severn faithful looking for a penalty. Calvert Hall needs his 50-50 ball. Not backed up by anybody but the long stick midi. George Walsh, long stick defender. Poor shot there from Severn. That's either got to go in or be brought out. No backup. Goes over to Calvert Hall.
Yeah, very unproductive.
Severn had an opportunity there to cut it 4-3. Chaos in front of the cage. Great pickup there from Will Thompson. Connemara gets it to Sawyer. Sawyer gets it to Kelly behind the cage. Calvert Hall getting the midfield line on. It's going to be Colin Stewart, Swain, and Timmy Kronberger. Ooh. Tiptoe there from Jacob Kelly, but he's denied at the doorstep. All scouting reports have been on Jacob Kelly. And that was another good one. Went back to the stick side of the keeper. He was ready for it. Severn faithful looking for an offside call. So is the coaching staff. Didn't look like Jacob Kelly went over the line, as we're sitting in perfect view of the midfield line.
Yes, especially because, I mean, they were going down the field with the ball. I mean, why would you want the dead ball? It just doesn't make too much sense.
For the 30-second technical.
Possibly, yeah.
Nonetheless, it's Severn's possession, and it's in the hands of Henry Rentz, who gets by the Calvert Hall defender, winds up, takes a rip, and nearly backed up by George Walsh.
This isn't baseball, but the Cars are still in danger, and that shot almost got him.
Yeah, it went low to high. sailed way high. It's backed up by Rents. It's in the hands of Gregory. He's looking for his third, trying to match Daniel Kelly's hat trick with one of his own. Kane Domenic has it, and he gets it to Henry Rents. Domenic looking to set a screen. Might have been moving, not sure. Great individual defense from Trey Smith, and it'll force a Severn turnover, and it'll go back to the Hall. And something that's plagued Calvert Hall this year too, getting hot starts and not being able to score any goals with offensive efficiency in quarters number 2, 3, and specifically the fourth quarter. Mitchell will take it himself, and he'll touch it in. As the first line midfielder will come back on, joined by Herbert and Greeny. Calvert Hall scores 4 goals in the first 10 minutes and has been shut out for the next 8. Got about 4 or 5 possessions. So you'd love to see them get one here. Severn defense has settled in. Keeper has a couple saves to his card today. It's in the hands of Mitchell at the top of the key. Daniel Kelly content to give it back to him. Mitchell will take his left hand. Quick dodge, now he's downhill, and he puts in a bouncing shot low to high. Grant Mitchell's first goal, and it's Calvert Hall's 5th. They go back up 5-2, 5:40 to go left here in quarter number 2.
That's good, ending the 8-minute scoreless drought. Trying to shift that momentum back. Severn's starting to look like they're willing to fight in this game, and Calvert Hall's going to need to start trading some punches.
Absolutely. 2 unanswered goals there from Severn, and Mitchell breaks that with one of his own. So Calvert Hall scores and strikes right back after the Severn goal here in the second. And it's back to a 3-goal lead as Catoni's back at the face-off X and loses his second in a row. And Severn trying to strike right back, cutting the deficit back to 2. It's in the hand of Colin Donegan. Donegan gets it to the back of the cage. John Jaros, senior attackman. Jake Lilly tries a left-hand ripper. It's right into the cage of William Dara, and he gets it out, looking for a quick transition goal. Calvert Hall will be content to touch it in and get the midfield line on. Swain, he's going to be joined by Kronberger and Ethan Long, freshman midfielder. Will Thompson sprinting off to see if Calvert Hall can get one here. Not looking to go quick. It's in the hands of Kronberger. Gets to his right hand. Ooh, has one. But deflected and picked up by Sawyer, and a quick timeout. Great call of the timeout there from Coach Kelly with 3:55 to go here in the second.
Definitely, especially after a block shot.
Calvert Hall.
Severn scored both of the goals off of either a turnover or missed shot, and it was a very good idea once they got a hold of the ball, just to call a timeout right away. Don't let Severn get a transition. And
that's not what Coach Kelly obviously was probably looking for. Kronberger got his right hand, but right into a double team he went. Dispossessed, and Coach Kelly obviously honoring possessions as he's been preaching all year. Not looking to get, as you said, Severn on a transition. Well, 3:55 here to go here in the second. We'll step away for about 30 seconds. We'll be right back. And the restart's had. It's the first line midfield. Cole Herbert, Grant Mitchell.
Big toss.
Not a clock operation. Malfunction. It's in the hands of Jacob Kelly. Tries to get to the baseline. He does. Right on the doorstep. Puts it in. Trickles in. Unassisted goal for Jacob Kelly. And it's 6-2. Calvert Hall. 3:33 to go.
With 3:33 left to go in quarter number 2. Calvert Hall goal is scored by number 9, Jake Kelly. His first.
Quick restart goal. The timeout definitely paid off.
Absolutely. Good call there, Brady. Timeout well taken by Coach Kelly. And his son Jacob, senior, North Carolina commit, gives Calvert Hall a 4-goal lead yet again. Three for DK, one for Mitch, one for Jacob. Oh yeah, you gave us a green. Calvert Hall gives up possession on the face-off, trying to get it into the zone. Severn has it. 3 minutes to go here in the half. It's been a good half of lacrosse, back and forth, couple turnovers, sloppy on both sides. The face-off X has been the story, and the defense. Daniel Kelly with 3 for the Hall. Gregor with 2 for Severn. And he tries to take another one, and it's a poor angled shot backed up by the Hall. That's the third time today Severn's done that, Brady.
Yeah, they're taking them some weird angled shots, definitely.
Not putting themselves in position to back up the missed one.
No.
It's been a pretty clean first half, everything but the hit on Cole Herbert, which went uncalled. And the second line midfield will return. Ethan Long, Timmy Kronberger, and Ryan Swain. As we approach the 2-minute mark, Calvert Hall looking to extend this lead to 5.
Yeah, almost just under 2 minutes away from halftime and 0 flags. As a fan of lacrosse, you gotta love to see that.
Jacob Kelly has it behind Cage, and he gives it up to Sawyer. Kelly will set the pick for Sawyer. Swings it up top to Kronberger. Swings it over to Swain. Swain looks to dodge. He gets his left hand. He puts one. I thought that might have gone in the cage. He hits the crossbar, and it bounces out. And here comes another Severn transition. Not well executed.
This time the midfield got back.
Yeah, but I thought they had a window of opportunity there. Number 1, Colin Evern, had, but he's a defender.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's wearing black shoes and ankle socks. I'm just not sure if that's the way to go.
Well, to each their own, and we got ourselves a Severn timeout with 1:01 left to go here in the second. We will step away and be right back. Thanks for joining us on this stream of Calvert Hall Lacrosse.
I had to mention it. It was good. I was waiting for like the perfect one.
Sounds like you guys are chewing the mic effects.
I'm not.
Super local. That's what I'm getting at.
Look, watch live. I always get the notifications on YouTube.
Okay.
At halftime, I have to go grab something from the office. I just remembered.
Thank you.
Severn's only 1 for 1? Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I saw that earlier. Yeah.
Welcome back to the broadcast of Severn Calvert Hall. 6-2 lead for the Hall with 101. It's going to be a red restart. And Severn's going to look to try to cut this lead in half yet again before halftime. John Jaros swings it around. It's in the hands of Zach Kinsella, who gives it up to 17, Jake Lilly. It's going to be finally called and a moving pick. It's going to go over to White, and the quick restart is had. See if Connor Marr can get it ahead. Marr touches it in, and a quick timeout from Coach Kelly to match the Severn timeout. 22 seconds to go here in the half.
Yeah, huge difference going to halftime between 5 goals and a 4-goal lead. So Calvert is going to look to tackle another one right before halftime and really shift the momentum there.
Absolutely, it would be another 2-goal swing, this time in favor of the Hall. So as we head into halftime, things that have gone well this half, what would you say, Brady, for the Hall?
Defense, staying strong. I mean, you can't really fault them for their fast break goals. The midfield just wasn't right there. So, really in settled play, they're having a shutout, and the offense is really converting on their shots on target.
Yeah, it's been matched by a tremendous senior campaign from the senior Liam Dara in the cage. I mean,
definitely, yes.
How many games have we seen up here in the booth this season on the home side of the field, obviously, where he's got 10+ saves? I think he's got 4 today so far. And, you know, he doesn't make those 4 saves at 6'6".
You know, they got the goalie coach, Scott Rogers. I mean, the guy's huge. I think he's definitely rolling this season.
Absolutely. Full family affair here at the Hall. And as we get back down to the field for the last 22 seconds of action of the second, it's going to be in the hands of Grant Mitchell for the restart. See what Coach Kelly has drawn up here. Looks like it's going to be a isolation with a screen coming. Screen is set. Mitchell gets downhill. Spin move to his left hand. He gets it back to Greeny, who's going to have one. And Greeny wishes he could have that one back.
3 seconds left.
Herbert has it on the restart. It's given to Kelly, who tried to put one low to no avail.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the first half with your score, Calvert Hall 6, Severn 2.
So that's the end of the first half. 10 minutes on the clock for halftime. 6-2 Hall. They find themselves with a 4-goal advantage. Couldn't get one there at the end of the half, but I think they've done well on the offensive side of the ball. They scored 4 in the first, 2 only in the second. So if you're looking at quarter goals, it's 4-1 and 2-1 respectively. But as long as they keep it even, or the aggregate obviously in the positive, they will win this game. But again, something we've talked about all season, their third and fourth quarter offensive efficiency has not been good.
Definitely. Assuming that it stays that way, do you think 6 goals, maybe 7 or 8 is enough?
I don't know.
Against the Severn offense?
Absolutely. Depending obviously about, it's going to depend on 2 things. The defense, 50-50 balls. If Severn can get on transition and force some turnovers, and it's something that Calvert Hall has really faced all year, teams that can make adjustments at halftime. We saw that in the Hill Academy game. We saw that in McDonough, where again, the offense comes out clicking hot in the first 2 quarters, even just the first quarter, getting off to those hot starts, and then it kind of goes stagnant. So we'll see what adjustments Severn makes, matched obviously by the adjustments Coach Kelly and Calvert Hall make. And I'm going to go obviously into the locker room and kind of hear some of those things. But the first half's good lacrosse. I think, you know, Calvert Hall's got to get something to double digits. 9 maybe might do it. I can't see Severn scoring 7 goals, right? But I can see them scoring 6 to get it to 8. 3 in each quarter. I mean, they have the offensive firepower, and they also have the transition game, which can, as you saw and you mentioned, can score goals in a matter of seconds.
Definitely. It's all about working the clock. I think if Calvert Hall can keep the ball going around, no ill-advised shots. You know, we had the unlucky bounce off the pipe that led to that second goal for Severn. But if you just take very efficient shots and work that ball around, evade the shot clock, no turnovers, and you're going to stifle all what Severn has been thriving on, and that's the transition play.
Couldn't agree more. Well, we are going to step away for the rest of halftime. Thank you for joining us on this Friday afternoon. We will be back to bring you the second half in a matter of minutes. Stay tuned.
I'm going to go to the office and grab a work permit.
Welcome back to the broadcast. 12 minutes on the game clock. As we start the third, we send it down to the field where Chris Catoni is called for a false start. And it's going to go over to Severn.
Yeah, not the best day for the face-off team for Calvert Hall.
Yeah, Ham McPartland got the start, took the first face-off and lost it. And it's been Catoni ever since, who I believe is probably around 50%. So the adjustments, hopefully, that Calvert Hall is going to make is taking away the right hand of number 14, Dylan Greger. Something that was highlighted in the halftime locker room. Greger's the only one that has hurt the Hall today. He's got the 2 goals. Talked a lot of defensive schemes. Coach Kelly was very pleased that Calvert Hall played a half of clean lacrosse. Not many penalties. And it's in the hand of Severn's number 17, Jake Lilly. Lilly tries to get his right hand. Evades 3 Calvert Hall defenders. Tries to get it to Colin Irvin, who has it behind the cage. Irvin looking to get it up top. He swings it up top to number 24, Colin Donegan. Pick comes on Will Thompson. Dispossessed for a second, but it's back in the hands of Jake Lilly. Has it at the top of the box. He gets a right-hand shot. Wide left. Leonidara saw it the whole way. It's backed up by Severn. And the restart is going to be in the hands of John Jarvis, junior attackman. He has George Walsh behind X. It's with Irvin. Comes all the way out to Greger, who's got Will Thompson on him, the long pole. Thompson looking for his left hand. Calvert Hall's willing to give it to him. Here comes a shot, and it's seen the whole way from Dara, who's had himself a tremendous game with 6 saves. Touched in by Calvert Hall, and the first line midfield to come on. It's behind the cage with Jake Kelly. Gets it to Sawyer. Sawyer gets it all the way up top to Herbert. Herbert looking to get it to Greeny. And it's in Greeny's hands as he swings it to Jacob Kelly down by us. Herbert to Mitchell. Mitchell has it at the top of the box. Mitchell looks to get his left hand. It's met by the defender of Severn. And he gets it to Cole Herbert, who takes a tough angled shot. Luckily backed up by Sawyer. Restart is with Calvert Hall. Goes Sawyer, Greeny to Mitchell, and now back with Herbert. Calvert Hall swinging it around the offensive third. Picked by Sawyer. Tries to get to the middle. It's to Daniel Kelly, and he puts another one in. His 4th of the day. Assisted by his brother.
With 8:38 left to go in quarter number 3, Calvert Hall goal is scored by number 45, Daniel Kelly, his 4th.
Daniel Kelly's had the high hand today.
Jacob Kelly.
His brother assisted him there. That's his 2nd assist of the day, and it's a very dangerous duo, those two.
Absolutely a dangerous duo. They were fun to watch last year. We got 1 year, and luckily we got 2 years with them. And they didn't disappoint today. Saw him on the field coming out of the halftime locker room with his grandfather. And his grandfather said, "I'd like to see 2 hat tricks." So let's see if he can get 2 more. Get 6 goals. His 4th of the day to extend the lead back to 5. Catoni comes away with it. And he gets it to Ray Glass, who gives it up to Daniel. Daniel gives it to Sawyer, who touches it in. Sticking 2 defenders on Daniel Kelly in the middle of the box there.
Ooh. A little careless there, and it's over and back.
Yeah, Mincer couldn't handle it. Mincer couldn't handle it, and it goes back to Severn. They are looking for a transition goal, but referee made him put it back to the midfield line. You got to feel that Severn needs a goal here. Nice slide there from the Hall. What a pass. Deserves a goal for there. What a pass from number 14.
That'll be the guy that we said during halftime, Dylan Greger.
Yeah, Dylan Greger, another 3 points today, gets it to Danny Bolt for his first and Severn's third.
With 7:28 left to go in quarter number 3. Severn goal is scored by number 4, Danny Bolt, assisted by Dylan Greger.
So Bolt's first, Greger's third point of the day with the assist and 2 goals. And just on cue.
It's a little ironic, that was his right hand too, right?
Absolutely. And he threw it across 3 Calvert Hall defenders. A laser. And an illegal procedure there from Ham McPartland. So they threw Ham back out there, placing Catoni.
Yeah, not much success at the face-off X.
Yeah, maybe not his day, but nonetheless, Calvert Hall has won the face-off X today. But Severn can get this to a 3-goal deficit with a goal here on the offensive third. Calvert Hall needs a defensive stand. 7 minutes remain here, quarter number 3. And Coach Kelly at halftime and Coach Mulford preached communication. Communication was lacking there, probably the fact that there was Danny Bolt on the back step of the doorstep.
Yeah, that could have been a word right there. But no call from the rest and the play goes on.
Singalia doesn't bite there. Severn not afraid to put passes in tough areas.
They're looking much more alive and inspired now.
Absolutely. Slide is coming from the Hall. They're sliding to everybody, looking to penetrate the middle. Defense is playing as a unit. Left-handed shot. That's going to be backed up by the Hall. Another poor shot from Severn, not backed up. Tough angle shot, and it's not backed up. Another long pole defender. And George Walsh takes that one with his body.
Nice little goalie save in the spirit of playoff hockey.
Absolutely. That's going to be a big save. Mark that down. 5:57 to go. As Severn lost a little momentum there.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a little bit discouraging. It looked like things were starting to clear up for them.
Yeah, I mean, at worst, you've got to have somebody to back it up to keep your offensive possession alive. I mean, even though it's a bad shot, you know, you got to make sure somebody's backing that up. Nonetheless, Calvert Hall on the offensive side of the ball. Mincer's in with Swain and Kronberger. So that third spot on the second line has rotated today. Mincer, Ethan Long. Swain gets downfield. Gets to the back, Jacob Kelly. Kelly looking for a pick from Sawyer. Doesn't come, but Kelly has a low to high bouncer. Might have forced that one a bit. And it's going to go out, and Severn has an opportunity to transition here. But it's matched well by the Hall. And it's going to just be 4-on-5. As Severn finally gets its 2 other midfielders on, giving Calvert Hall an opportunity to set the defense. Kyle Apple's in. Sean Barwick. Singalia. Jake Snyder and George Walsh. And Colin DeGonerin plays catch at the top of the box. Slide comes early. Calvert Hall is in the hands of the Severn offense. Jake Lilly plays catch. Referees looking at one another, looking for a potential stall to be put on here. Calvert Hall faithful would like it, as Zengalia gets a shot and the stall is on. Great individual defense. This might be backed up by the Hall as well. It will not be, and it's going to be a Severn restart. 23 seconds remain on the shot clock, as that was not ruled to be on cage. And unbelievably dispossessed. Jake Lilly couldn't handle it. Calvert Hall is going in transition with Ryan Swain. Swain has his right hand. Ooh, that's got to be a flag. How is there not a penalty flag on that play?
Timeout. Officials, timeout.
Not sure how there's not a penalty flag. I mean, 3 late hits, 2 of which have been on Calvert Hall today, 1 of which has been on Severn. All 3 of them gone uncalled. What do you think of that, Brady?
Well, I mean, clearly the location of that hit wasn't too illegal. I mean, he's shaken up in the head, and it was very late. He had the shot already hit the cage before he got hit. I don't know if the refs are trying to keep this streak of no flags in the game, but it's not looking too safe.
Yeah, we haven't had a flag, and there have been a couple questionable ones. Nonetheless, Calvert Hall has the restart, approaching the 3-minute mark here in the third. 1 goal aside in this third quarter. Sawyer has a wraparound, and he puts it home. With 2:56 left to go here in the third, Jack Sawyer makes it a 3 in favor of the Hall.
With 2:56 left to go in quarter number 3. Calvert Hall goal is scored by number 6, Jack Sawyer. His first.
So Calvert Hall finds themselves up 5 goals yet again. Looking to keep it 5-4, going back and forth. And they send Catoni back out there, who could have easily got called for a push from behind, to no avail. There's absolutely a push from behind.
This looks like a rugby match.
Nothing called. 2 very blatant penalties, 1 on each team that was not called. Nonetheless, they'll cancel themselves out. It's in the hands of Marr, and we're going to try to transition. Zengalia, the long pole, has it and takes it into the attacking third. He gets it to Jacob Kelly in a tough area, who gets hit, but puts it home for his second of the day. Assist by Garrett Zengalia with 2:22 to go.
With 2:22 left to go in quarter number 3. Calvert Hall goal is scored by number 9, Jacob Kelly. His second. Assisted by Garrett Zengalia.
And a crucial timeout called by Severn.
Timeout. Severn. Timeout.
Calvert Hall has erupted in this third so far in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's a huge shift.
First 8 minutes, they went scoreless.
It's all because that defensive stand, they really changed their game plan on transition, and they stopped them. I was a little nervous for a second. Severn came down the field, you know, it looked like there's other goals.
An opportunity to cut it to 4, and now they're down to 6. So
it's a 2-goal swing.
Absolutely, we talked about it, and Bear has made a couple of great saves between the pipes. We will step away for about 30 seconds. We'll be right back. Thanks for joining us on this Friday afternoon of Calvert Hall Lacrosse. Welcome back to the broadcast as we're going to find ourselves with a face-off following the Calvert Hall goal. Coming off the stick of Jacob Kelly, assisted by Garrett Zingalia. See if Jacob can match his brother with a hat trick today. 2:22 left to go here in the third, and Catoni's back at the face-off X for the Hall.
Quick shout out to Miss Lackey, our club moderator, who's watching right now.
Absolutely.
Critiquing our commentating.
Always critiquing.
She told me I sound like Cookie Monster.
I can see the... I don't even want to know what she thinks I sound like. Something's got to be called here.
And
first whistle. It's going to be a push. Definitely going to go over to red. And a late hit. Daniel Kelly gets up. Somebody's got to get in the middle of this.
I just don't get it. It's 9-3. Like,
well, but you have to see this coming as a referee. They've missed every call, and you almost have a skirmish, a breakout. There's no reason for it. You should have used your whistle in the first quarter.
Definitely.
And I hope this calls on both teams.
And Cole Herbert, he's taking the penalty, it looks like.
And you can't be upset with Cole Herbert there because Cole Herbert's just protecting his guy who's getting killed in there. And Cole Herbert, like you said, took that illegal hit in the first quarter. Cole Herbert's going to get called for an unnecessary foul. He's going to get 1 minute for that, and then he's got an unsportsmanlike penalty coming. And it's 1 minute non-releasable. He'll serve full time, 1 minute. So it might as well just be one foul for 1 minute, full time.
I feel bad for Cole Bowman. He's got to do all that math down there. He's being told all the penalties.
No, he said he has 2 penalties.
But he's going to serve one of them full time.
Yes, and he has to serve that, and then the next one starts as soon as that one ends.
So the non-releasable is first?
Yes. 19 for them as 1 minute.
He has 1 minute. Old text it to me.
There are 2 fouls on the play. There are 2:09 left to go in quarter number 3. Severn foul is on number 19, A.J. McNeamer. Unnecessary. Calvert Hall foul is on number 48, Cole Herbert. Unnecessary. Also, an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty has been assessed to Cole Herbert. 1 minute non-releasable.
So 2 fouls for Cole Herbert, one of which is non-releasable, and 1 penalty for number 19, A.J. McNeamer. So it's 5-on-5 lacrosse for 1 minute, and maybe 6-on-5 lacrosse in favor of Severn for potentially 1 minute as well. See if Severn can get one here. They get downhill, and he puts one in, and that should be a late flag as well. Zingalia pushed him right into the pipe, and this game maybe getting out of hand with the poise at Calvert Hall. That's going to be a potential non-releasable penalty, but the goal will stand for number 17, and it's 9-4.
With 1:40 left to go in quarter number 3. Severn goal is scored by number 17, Jake Lilly. His first.
So we'll see what that does for the penalties, as Cole Herbert is going to have to stay in the box for his minute, not releasable. Garrett Zingalia will pick up a penalty for unnecessary. That'll be a minute.
Well, the floodgates just bursted open. No flags up until this, and now we have a combined total of 4 flags in about a minute. So
now Severn up 5 men to 4 men. See if they can get another one here, and they do. Puts to the stick side of Bear, and it goes right in for number 2, Henry Rentz, his first of the afternoon. And Cole Herbert still will have to serve the unnecessary. So that'll get it to 5. Yeah, who had the goal? Rentz?
With 1:22 left to go in quarter number 3. Severn goal is scored by number 2, Henry Rentz. Assisted by number 14, Dylan Greger.
So that'll clear Zengalia's penalty. Called for an unreleasable penalty. So it's going to be 5-on-5 lacrosse for another 13 seconds. And then Severn's number 19, A.J. McNeamer, will be released, and Cole Herbert will have to serve 1 more minute. And just like that, Severn back in this ball game, as they've scored 2 quick goals inside these penalties. And as you were saying, Brady, we hadn't seen a penalty all day, and now we've seen 4 in the matter of 2 minutes. We need a face-off here. Ham McPartland. He's not going to get it. It's picked up by number 20, Jacob Giroz. And he's going to touch it in and see if they can get one here. They're going quick. They have him on the doorstep, and that's a goal. Too easy. This team explodes as Dylan Gregor gets his hat trick, and it's 9-6, just like that. Where'd that come from? Thank you.
Well, we finally got out of penalty trouble, but not at the expense of 3 goals. So,
number 3. Severn goal scored by number 14, Dylan Gregor. Assistance number 22, Kane Dahman.
As you just said, the penalty really penalized Calvert Hall there. Absolutely. And that's a lack of poise. We talked about it earlier. I can't blame him for getting involved in that. But at the same time, you got to keep your head because, as you saw, getting a non-releasable penalty, they scored 3 goals inside the non-releasable. Chris Catoni back to the face-off X. Calvert Hall needs a 50-50 ball here. Comes into the stick.
Timeout. Officials, timeout.
Officials need to get this call right. The official closest to us called...
I thought it was a push on Calvert Hall.
Yeah, but he called...
There might have been a legal procedure.
Yeah, he signaled a legal procedure and was ready to give it to White, is what I believe. The FAR official and him are...
By the sound of Calvert Hall parents, looks like it's going Cardinal way.
And I believe the official closest to the sideline is explaining to the Severn coaching staff that it was an illegal procedure. They're going to stick with that call, and it is white ball. First line midfield in here for the Hall. 54 seconds remain here in quarter number 3, and you bet Calvert Hall needs a goal right here. We've talked about it all season. Third quarters have plagued Calvert Hall. They've scored 3 goals, but they've given up 4. Great move here. Right on the doorstep, and it's going to be put home by Justin Mincer, the sophomore, coming up from the assist for Jack Sawyer.
With 40 seconds left to go in quarter number 3. Calvert Hall goal is scored by number 17, Justin Mincer. His first, assisted by Jack Sawyer.
So Mincer gets on the score sheet with his first goal and Calvert Hall's 10th of the afternoon. And words exchanged by some of the Severn players and Calvert Hall offensive players, as well as the coaching staff and the officials, who, in fairness, Brady, I think we both can say have been a little inconsistent today.
Definitely, but they've got a pretty tough crowd to deal with here. I mean, both teams are getting a little chippy. Not really sticking to the rule book when it comes to extracurricular activities.
Yeah, absolutely. A left-handed shot backed up by number 6, John Jaros, who's behind the cage. Brings it out to number 10, who loses his own footing. It's in the stick of Garrett Zengalia, and look, going in transition to score their 11th. 14 seconds left. It's in the hand of Jacob Kelly. 5 seconds on the clock. And this one's going to be a goal with 1 second to go. Coming off the stick of Jack Sawyer. The assist goes to Jacob Kelly, and Sawyer has his second of the afternoon, and Calvert Hall's 11th with 1 second to go, and momentum right back to Calvert Hall.
I mean, what looked like a huge shift in power in this quarter,
Calvert Hall goal is
in the matter of 30 seconds, it's just changed. They came in this half up by 4, and now they're up by 5.
Absolutely.
So,
A huge swing there. Severn takes possession. Excuse me. Severn takes over late in that third, and then Calvert Hall comes back right there with 2 quick punches to get back to the 5-goal lead, as you said. And if I'm Severn's coaching staff, I'd be upset as well. That'll do it for the 3 quarters of play. Calvert Hall finds himself 5 goals ahead, 11-6. What'd you think of that third quarter, Brady?
wow, fireworks. I don't know if that's exactly a positive quarter, even though you had the +1 aggregate. I'm not really sure because it really tells Severn, hey, we can score against these guys, and as long as we take care of the defense, Severn should be encouraged. I mean, it's a 5-goal lead, and
yeah, I mean, if you're Calvert Hall, we talked about this. They had to put 11 on the board. We talked about minimum 9. I think they have to at least get 1 in this quarter. They have to score at least 1 goal, make Severn score 6 goals to tie the game or send it to OT. I don't see Severn scoring 6 goals on this defense, but it's possible. As you just saw, they scored 3 goals in a span of 2 minutes. But again, it's valuing possession, and it's keeping your poise. You don't want to end up in the penalty box, as we saw. That's what really plagued Calvert Hall in that third period.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you stay out of the penalty box, you can take care of it. You've only allowed 3 even man goals today. So Calvert Hall really needs to take care of that poise, like you said.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that's what Coach Kelly's preaching to his offensive guys. It's been chippy. Sure, we haven't gotten all the calls, but the referees have now blown the whistle. Nothing's going to happen. I've got your back here on the sidelines. Just go out and play clean lacrosse. Make Severn beat you. They're down 5 goals entering the 4th. And with a defensive team that hasn't let up anything more than 6 on average, again, Calvert Hall should take this victory with a good 4th quarter of lacrosse.
Well, it almost took us 36 minutes to figure out if those refs had yellow cloth in their pockets, but we finally figured out in a span of 2 minutes we had 4 penalties, and Carroll's definitely going to have to take care of that poise. They had 3 of them. Absolutely. And they're going to have to take care of that, you know. Make sure that they don't have any ill-advised hits.
They have to control 50-50s. They got to control the X, and right now we're looking to come up with a 50-50 ball. It's going to be in the hands.
Here's that transition.
He tried the backflip. He can't.
4-on-3.
They're looking for...
I think that was their face-off guy there. He was not a shooter.
That's in the stick of Barry. That's a terrible shot if you're Severn's coaching staff. You've got to be pissed at Dylan Greger. I know he's got 3 goals today, but he's got 2 guys and nobody backing up any goals. Goes right into the stick off the deflection from Will Thompson. Crease violation is going to be called as Daniel Kelly tried to get inside the crease. Stop the quick transition. It's going to be a short hop. It's picked up from number 16, Sam Knock. Severn faithful not happy with this referee, this officiating crew. It's going to be advanced, however, to Jake Lilly, who's going to try to touch it in with Will Thompson on his back. What a great check from Will Thompson. Will Thompson with an unbelievable trail check dispossesses the Severn offensive player, Jake Lilly, and they go the other way.
Get your folding tables ready. That was a full yard sale from Will Thompson.
Absolutely, and Jacob Kelly taking instructions from Coach Kelly, his father, saying, let's honor possession, take some time off the clock, and let's allow the midfield to check in. It's going to be Ethan Long, Ryan Swain, and I believe Harrison Ewing, who will see his first minutes of the day. Calvert Hall is going to be content to just swing this ball around as we approach the 10-minute mark. It's going to be in the hands of Ewing at the top of the key. He tries to dodge, get to his right hand. He draws the slide. It's in the hands of Swain, who's got a right-hand ripper.
Ooh.
Right into the stick of the goalkeeper, but the follow and rebound is to number 6, Jack Sawyer, at the 9:43 mark. Puts Calvert Hall back up 6 goals, 12-6 in favor of the Hall.
There's that goal you were looking for.
With 9:43 left to go in the quarter.
You said after the third quarter, all we needed what you want them to do is get that 12th goal and force Severn to need 6, and they did that within 2 minutes.
And they did it by being content with running their offense. It was not an ill-advised shot. It was a great switch at the top of the key, dodged by Ewing. He gets it to Swain with the righty ripper. Great save by the keeper, but it came out to the stick of Sawyer, right there for the rebound, and on the doorstep, gets his 3rd for the hat trick. Controlling the face-off X is what Calvert Hall needs to do here in the 4th, as the clock is not Severn's friend, and they're going to touch it in here. Calvert Hall's going to force a turnover. It's going to go back over to the Halls and the stick of George Walsh, who gets it to Bear, who's going to run the clear through Mitchell.
Ooh.
Mitchell takes a trail check, ill-advised. And he gets it to Sawyer, who had Daniel Kelly on the doorstep, but smart play there. Allow the midfield to get on and take this down to the 8-minute mark, looking to get a goal.
Yeah, Severn almost needing a goal per minute, so if they can just keep running that clock down, maybe force a shot clock.
Absolutely. I think Calvert Hall's got to be looking just to run their offense, not necessarily looking to get the stall on, but just running their offense, being content, taking good angled shots, and backing them up. Calvert Hall's offense has been clicking today, with the exception of that dry spell at the end of the half. Great cut there from Mintz. Couldn't handle it, though. Stays with the play, but it comes into the stick of the keeper, who's looking to clear quickly, and does.
Here's that transition play.
14 gets his left hand. Again, potentially not backed up.
And it is
another poor shot there from Severn, however. You're right, they are at the point of this game where they need a goal a minute. And they're in transition, and they take that kind of shot that's not backed up. That's going to kill a comeback that you're trying to pull together. Severn trying to double the ball. Greeny has it. Throw a flag. I think the flag would have been thrown, but Coach Kelly from the near side calls timeout while Greeny still had possession at the 7:53 mark. We'll step away. 12-6 in favor of the Hall. Thanks for joining us on this Friday afternoon broadcast of Calvert Hall Athletics.
Timeout. Calvert Hall. Timeout.
Yeah, you know where I'm going. Guys, 5 o'clock somewhere, not here. Welcome back to the broadcast. 7:53 on the clock. Find ourselves up 6 goals. 12-6. Calvert Hall has taken over this second half after the skirmish in the third. They'll be on possession with the restart going to the far side, right around the football 25-yard line. It's going to be in the stick of Greeny. And we are good to go. Brian Swain on with Mitchell and Greeny. Poor pass there from Greeny. It's intercepted And Severn looking to go in transition. Greeny knew it from the moment it left his stick. Just ill-advised, right, Brady? I mean, just no need to throw the ball 25 yards up 6 goals when you're trying to kill the clock.
Yeah, you really don't have to. There was barely any pressure on him either. You know.
Severn on the offensive side of the ball. Jake Lilly has the ball. He's going to give it up to Zach Kinsella at the top of the box. Scratch that. Kinsella's going to pinch in, and Jake Lilly will take it. He draws a slide. Plays a bouncing ball. It looks like the energy from Severn has just been sucked out of them. Hopefully Calvert Hall doesn't match that energy. They stay high in the hands. They've only given up 6 goals. The defense has prided themselves this year in doing so. Greeny's caught on the defensive side of the ball. So is Mitchell. And again, another ill-advised shot, not going to get backed up. Great defense there from the Hall. Jake Snyder and Swain pinching in. And Calvert Hall is going to get the restart. It's in the hand of Zengalia. He throws it on the the opposite side of the field to Walsh. It's going to go back to Bear. Bear swings it back to Zengalia. And as we approach the 6-minute mark, Mitchell, a freight train, just running through people, but is dispossessed. Who's going to come up with this 50-50 ball? It's going to be white ball. Time running out for Severn. 6 minutes on the clock. They're down 6 goals.
Now we're truly at that goal per minute rate.
Absolutely. Calvert Hall is going to be content to even get a stall on here. Absolutely. Kronberger runs right through the defense to get that touch. And it goes behind the cage to Sawyer. He's going to get it to Mitchell. Mitchell up to Ewing. Colin Stewart getting in as well, his second shift today. Crony has it, tried to get it inside, but a push is going to be called. That one was the most blatant of the day.
Unfortunately, the ball was in the air, so they called it a loose ball. Kind of strange, but no flag on the play.
No, they're all out of flags for the day. They threw their quota, 1 per quarter, but they threw it all in the 3rd quarter around the 4-minute mark. Calvert Hall content with just tossing it around the outside. Sawyer draws a slide, gets it out of his stick quickly. It's going to be swung around to Jacob Kelly, and the stall is on. Throw it into the middle, and it's intercepted. No.
I'm sorry.
Great ball movement here from Severn, and a great save from Bear. His 9th of the day. I mean, if he doesn't save just half of those, Brady, it's a 12-10 game, and, you know, we're headed down to the wire. So Bear has been a difference maker, as he has been all year in this senior campaign. Kronberger throws it away. 50-50 ball, however, is picked up by Zengalia. Can go backwards if he needs it, but he's going to go all the way forwards. Coach Kelly not happy with Timmy Kronberger there. Just keeping possession, keeping the poise late in games. And you may ask, why is he yelling at him with up 6-4 to go? This is a 12-10 game in the playoffs. You got to keep possession there.
Yeah, it's that pursuit of perfection.
Absolutely.
Coach Kelly never rests when it comes to lecturing his players.
Absolutely. That's why he is so good at what he does, and it's going to be a Severn timeout.
Timeout. Severn. Timeout.
And with 3:25 left to go, Calvert Hall finds them up 6. Don't want to call it a secure win by any means, but the defense is certainly not going to let up 6 goals in 3.5 minutes.
Definitely, yeah. about a week ago, a Wawa opened up down the street, and I think this win might call for some celebratory hoagies. And I know a New Jersey guy like you would love some Wawa.
Absolutely.
So maybe these next 3 minutes we can lock up a win.
Absolutely. I'm very happy to see it come so close to Calvert Hall. I got free coffee, I hear, up until Sunday. Any size. So I'm not really a coffee drinker, being as energetic as I am. But maybe I'll have to go get one for the sake of it.
I mean, if it's free.
If it's free, it's for me. That's the line.
Exactly.
At the Calvert Hall way, right? Free, it's for me. And we would love free coffee. And so if anybody joining us on this broadcast wants free coffee, I gotta say, the Wawa right across the street of Calvert Hall, any size up until Sunday, may take advantage of the offer. I know Mr. Green, who's joined us up here in the booth tonight, may take advantage of that.
And just a note, we were not paid for that.
No, we were not paid for that.
Personal.
We'll take payment.
We would love, if Wawa is watching.
Coffee, maybe we'll take payment in coffee.
If Wawa is watching,
yeah,
just remember that we are up here and we love free stuff. So.
Absolutely. Totally agree with you, Brady. Well, we're ready for the restart on the far side of the field. It's on the Severn offensive side of the ball. And again, they look like the life, the energy has just been sucked out of them. But see if they can try to muster up some energy to get a 7th or 8th goal. And as I say that, they throw it right out of bounds. And the coaching staff just hangs their head there. Not really sure what happened there. Just total lapse of communication. And again, I think they've just checked out of this ball game. So Calvert Hall can definitely get this down to a minute and a half, 2 minutes if they just get a touch into their offensive third. No need for that hit. As Connor Marr takes it. Gets it up to Jacob Kelly, who touches it in. Jacob wants to go to cage so bad, but will not. Daniel wanted to as well, but will not.
It's tempting.
It is tempting, especially when it's almost given to you. First line midfield's on. Mitchell, Greeny, Swain to join them. Coach Kelly's used a combination of players through both the first and second line midfield today. Ewing, seen some time. Ethan Long, the freshman. Swain, Kronberger, Greeny, Mitchell. They've done well today. Jacob Kelly behind the cage. Gets it to his brother Daniel. Swings it up top to Mitchell now with Greeny. As we approach the 2-minute mark, got to expect the stall is going to come before Calvert Hall goes to cage, and there it is. Right on cue. Calvert Hall's got to have to get a shot off before the 1:40 mark. Coach Kelly, however, saying hold there and set the high screen and roll. Here's the high screen and roll. A little basketball play there, and what a possession. Mitchell to Kelly for Kelly's 5th of the day.
With 1:50 left to go in quarter number 4. Calvert Hall goal is scored by number 45, Daniel Kelly. His 5th. Assisted by Grant Mitchell.
So DK gets his 5th goal of the day. Made a promise to his grandfather he'd get the double hat trick. Wonder if Calvert Hall will have the opportunity to get him his 6th goal of the day. Illegal procedure is going to get called here on red, and it's going to go over to the Hall. And we'll see if the stall gets put on, and Daniel ends up having to take the shot. It's in the hands of Daniel, who gets it to Sawyer behind X. You got to think that the stall is going to come right on as they swing this ball back up to the top, if they do. Sawyer plays catch with Daniel, and the stall is on as it comes to the top of the key. Right on cue. Ethan Long back in there with Kronberger. Colin Stewart. Crony tries to get his right hand. Ooh, what a shot there from the freshman Ethan Long. And Mincer has it, and that'll clear the shot clock and pretty much do it. George Walsh is subbed off for Parker Bird. And Snyder is going to come out as well for Glags. Luke Lagoa will come in, 23 seconds to go. Stall is not on. And Calvert Hall will just clear this time.
Yeah, I don't know why the goalie, Cooper Emmons, is running around. He's got prom tonight, so I don't know if he wants to drain all of his energy right now, but they're still trying.
Always keeping a laugh up here in the booth. And that'll do it for the Hall. 13-6 victory for Calvert Hall.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the fourth quarter and the game. Your final score, Calvert Hall 13, Severn 6. The Calvert Hall Cardinals thank you for your attendance at this afternoon's game and all season long. As you leave the stadium this afternoon, please check around your area to make sure you have all of your personal belongings. Once again, thank you for your support of Calvert Hall Athletics. And please, drive home safely.
So that'll do it for the Hall. 13-6 victory. I think Bear had 9 or 10 saves today. That might have been the difference maker, but the defense played well. The offense clicked early in the game and late in the game. And again, Calvert Hall, as they move forward into MIAA play late in the season, right now they sit at the 3 seed. They control their destiny in the sense that they need to win. And they need some help as well. They play, I believe, McDonough one more time. And then they obviously have Loyola. They have a couple other games, I think 2 more away, 3 at home. So the majority of the rest of their games are at Calvert Hall. But nonetheless, Calvert Hall's got to get it together to end their season.
Definitely, yeah. Start of the game today for me, Daniel Kelly. But also a little bit of recognition to Garrett Zingalia, who had a great game on defense, except the penalty, of course. But he was a real pest.
No, absolutely. And again, it's when Calvert Hall has struggled at least for the beginning of the season at the face-off X. They lost their face-off guys from last year, Autry, Chance Campbell, these guys that left obviously for their collegiate careers. When they lose the face-off, their defense has picked them up. Dare has made a save to get them their offense. There's other ways to get their offense the ball, and they've shown that all season. It's a matter of honoring that possession when you are losing the face-off X. I don't know what the face-off statistics were today. It's probably somewhere around 50%, but nonetheless, Calvert Hall finds themselves with a 7-goal advantage. Why? Just like you said, Brady, great point. Their defense and the play of the guy between the pipes, Liam Dara.
Yeah, so Calvert Hall with a good 13-6 win. To finally, after 24 days away from home, it's good to see them back playing on that Cardinal, and they really took care of it. I mean, almost a little scare when Severn had those 3 power play goals and they make it 9-6, and you thought, I mean, maybe we're not out of the woods just yet.
Yeah, I mean, you take a look at their schedule. They play May 1st here at home versus John Carroll. They play away on Friday the 4th, St. Paul's, and then they've got their last home game of the season against Blakefield. So they got 2 more home games, 1 more away game. You got to think they got to at least go 2-1, but they'd love a 3-0 end to the end of the season in MIAA play to solidify, hopefully, a 2 seed in the MIAA playoffs.
Yeah, definitely. If they keep this up, I think they'll be going to the playoffs pretty hot, pretty confident.
Absolutely, and hopefully they get their guys that are on injury. Connor Mitchell obviously suffered a hamstring injury these last 3 games. Jack Connolly with the collarbone should be back by the senior night, the senior. And, you know, I think they might be clicking at the right time. You know, they had to try different guys. They lost a lot of guys to, obviously, graduation last year. But I think it's going to be good as we head into late in the MIAA season, as we enter the postseason. Thank you for joining us for this Friday broadcast of Calvert Hall Lacrosse. For Brady Organ, I'm Mr. Clark. Signing off. Until next time, we'll see you on the 1st. Have a great weekend.